Hey folks, welcome back to Star Stuff. Last time, we finished up every challenge available to us in the game. We have some new content at Lumi's workshop and Cosmata's dye shop. And it looks like, over time, there may be some content available at Oslo's desk or Xeno's air taxi, not sure. It does look like there's sort of space for a new content tag here. We're not quite sure. But let's finish up here in the Blue Luminous sector and find out what's next for us in this game. We've done all the programming challenges thus far. So I'm curious what they're going to give us next. Oh, you're stuck in the ice.
Mondays, am I right?
You're doing great, Miha. As for us, don't worry. We're chill. Everything's chill. It's a fun little screenshot right there, I think. Okay, how's Oslo gonna react? A fully powered orb of sparkling star stuff. Let's hope it's enough to prevent a major catastrophe. You've unlocked access to the Red Giant room. Big moves, Miha. You're on your way to the hopefully non-explosive Star Core. Off you go, little Starlian. Time to save us all. I do like the kind of like apathetic DMV worker attitude there. I am curious about this big padlock here. For right now, let's take a look at our new content. We've unlocked some sort of new color, I think. Let's see. Cosmata says, ooh, a new rare cosmic item. Let's put it to work. I can't remember what voice I gave Cosmata here. Help yourself to no outfit, Mia. Guess I'll go with Russian? I don't know. What have we unlocked here? We had the fanny pack. We've got a birthday hat now. Or a Levisor. A LeVar Burton visor, like Star Trek. I like that. Sweatband. And looks like 120 stars is what we're looking for. So there's probably 9 left in the game. I like the Levisor quite a bit. We might have missed a die or two. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll go with the Levisor for a bit and we'll switch back to... well, the one thing I don't like about the Levisor is that the color of the Levisor is the same as the color of Miha's skin. I'd like it if it was a little bit different. You know what? Those are fun, but I think we're gonna change it up a little bit differently here. We'll go with the kitty ears here. Let's go see what I think it's Yuri has for us. Oh, look at all these bots that have been retrieved here. Do you have anything new to say? Oh, look, they've all got like they've got like bandages from being fixed up, as if they had broken arms or an eye injury. Jadzia says, what's that saying? Set on a rock for 30 years? I prefer a squish pod. I don't know what that means. All right. Lumi. You're crushing me, huh? I spend cycles on these challenges and you're eating them up like bot cakes. This calls for something special. Here, an old friend gave it to me from their travels. Cosmata will surely transform it into something fabulous. Sweat now, shine later. Dark matter. You've been given the dark matter. Take it to the Cosmata's dye lab to see what she can make of it. All right. Okay. Color dye. Oh, fun. Okay. Yeah, we've definitely missed a bunch of colors here. But let's see. Now that we have the black dye, is there something that works better with that? If we're going with like edgy, like emo Miha, what's the right hat accessory? The fanny pack is sort of ironic. You know what? That does work with the Levisor a little bit better. Oh, and look at this. There's a dance button. All right. Let's head to the Red Giant Lab. We can check in with our two supervisors here.
Miha, you powered the Star Rail. This is your ticket to the core. You're almost there. And we finally have good news. While you were collecting your last orb, we managed to figure out why our engineers are floating about. One disaster averted, another on its way. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we need you fully focused. I know it's hard, but remember, you're not alone. Well, we've got our own stuff to take care of, so you're technically alone, but, you know, we're here for you. Yes, you are brave, and we are so happy you flew into our orbit. I bet you didn't think you'd be saving the ever-expanding universe on your first day. Your mission remains the same. Get to the core.
All right, off we go. Okay, so we've reached the Red Giant room, and I think we've got... Okay, so realistically, 120 stars is the max you're expected to get. I think that's the minimum you need to finish the game, so there's probably like 130 or 135 or something, because we have like, I don't know, something like 10 in each section, so maybe there's even 30 more plus another challenge. There could be a lot. There's at least another 2 episodes of puzzles here. Let's get started on them and see what they're about this time. Oh, we can actually see like the star matter down below. That's pretty cool. All right, so this area is called Nearest. I think we're doing parallel processing here. No, we're doing, okay, new command, Nearest.
Use Nearest to find the nearest item of a certain type and store in a data slot to use later.
All right, so we're getting variables. Interesting. Okay. So if you assign D1, the value D1, the data slot or variable D1 nearest button, this code tells the bot to find their nearest pressure pad and store it as D1, then go to that pressure pad. Okay, so we're getting some variable slots now. So each one of these is nearest to one of their buttons. So even though we're doing parallel programming, we can differentiate with a variable. So D1 is equal to the nearest button. Go to D1. Very cool. All right, so we finally have access to variables. Miha's been like influenced by Oslo. That's why she's wearing all black now. She's like, yeah, the world is trash. Everything sucks. And I'm gonna wear black to express my emotions. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So we need to hit all of these. I think this is easy. We store the nearest, and then if we're not lasering the nearest, we rotate, right? That's it. So, set D1 equal to nearest target. If your D1 is on, no, if your D1 is off, then turn, I guess clockwise is fine, and then keep monitoring until it's on. Run that. Everybody turns, and we get over here. Very nice. Okie doke. I like this. I like the way they've been drip feeding us different and more advanced programming concepts, and I like their spin on it because it kind of simplifies things and removes a lot of questions. Like here we're dealing with variables, but we don't have to worry about type, right? We don't have to worry about type safety. We don't have to worry about like memory allocation like you would in C or anything like that. It's just the basic concept. And so I think this game would be very, very good for beginning programmers to introduce a lot of these concepts at a slow pace and help them get used to the various ins and outs of figuring those out. So let's take a look at this one. We've got 2 walkers. So how are we going to do this? I think... So if we tell them both to move here, this one will reach here first and be closer to this, while this guy will be like 2 blocks away. So I think the first line of code is go here, then as soon as you complete, well, now hold on, because they have to complete their code before they move to the next line. Let's take a look at what's available to us. Yeah, we just have nearest and go to. So let's see, if we go to D, then you'll be 1, 2 away. You'll be here because you won't be able to finish and be 1, 2 away. But the problem is you won't actually run your nearest code until the go to is complete. Huh. What about go to nearest pad? Ah, that's probably it. So so D1 is the nearest position. Go to D1. Then D2 is the nearest button. Go to D2. That's it. Okay. So you can set nearest not just to the nearest button, but you can use pads. You might be able to use nearest other things. We should keep that in mind as we progress. Right, onwards. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got 2 blocks. We need 1 block to be here to turn this on, and then we need to go here. So what we're gonna do is probably hit this button. That fires this up here, I think. We probably get an if statement, maybe. We're gonna loop. Yeah, we're gonna loop. Because, yeah, this will fire here. We move it there. This will fire here. We move it there. This will fire here, and then we can finish. So the goal is, I don't even think we need these two. I think we just pop this around. So we're just gonna loop them. We're gonna set them to their nearest box and their nearest pad, and then we're just gonna have them loop. Go back and forth. Pick up here, put there. Pick up here, put there. You're gonna pick up here, put there. Then all I have to do is pop this into there. He'll move it there, and then I'll send up another block, which will fire that. He'll then move that there. Yeah. So that's what the other 2 blocks are for, to continue the chain of popping buttons until the last block arrives here. So let's get that coded. Nearest, so let's set D1 is your nearest crate pad. D2 is your nearest air bump. Pick up at D1, drop at D2, and loop. I don't see what I would need another... I don't see what I would need the 6th line for. There we go. I guess you would be waiting for... You could wait for the button to ensure that the... There's like a little bit of delay between when I hit the button and it pops over here and pops over here and pops down here. So you could put in a wait to stop them from picking this up while like this cube is in transit. But I didn't really need to. Let's just finish up this puzzle and move on. Okay. Got another one over here. So... Interesting. So we need these 2 and this one to be powered. Interesting. So there's a scenario where we might have to loop them so these are constantly going up and down and we try and like cross from one to the other. But where do we have them go when they're not on a button? This is interesting. So we only have 3 lines. The wait for is interesting. So, I mean, the nearest D1 is the nearest button. We're gonna need that at some point anyway. I think each of them is the button directly in front of them, right? What can we wait for here? So like, let's say we wait for D and then go to D1. So you'll never go here. Or no, now I have to trigger it manually, right? Oh, I see how I do this. Okay, I actually see how I do this. We wait for D1. And then we go to D1. And this way we can manually... We can break the guys that we don't... Like, this guy's gonna fail. So he's done. Now he's done. And now we just do that. Very cool. Okay. Neat. Let's move on. Now, hold on a minute. Am I missing any cosmic dyes in these? Like, I'm not... I guess I'm not looking closely enough. I don't see one there. I've definitely been missing them. It's because I'm more interested in solving the puzzle than collecting collectibles. I guess I'll try to take a closer look as we move forward. It's probably not in the first area here. Alright, so, next up... What do we got going on here? So, taking a look around, I don't see any cosmic dyes. So we need to ride this elevator up, which means we need both of these buttons depressed. We've got a switch and a bump and a position. So... I think this is pretty easy. We have them go here. I bump this one over to this position. Then we get their nearest button and go to it. I think that's it. So it's just going to be go to the air bump. Then assign D1 the nearest button. And then go to that button. I think that's it. If I can hit this fast enough. Now, okay, so that didn't quite work. Let me run that one more time. So why are you... I guess you have to... We have to wait for something. What do we gotta wait for? I guess we'll wait for... Because he's still in the air, I think, when he runs... When that code executes. Yeah, we do need to wait for. So we need to wait for... Probably the B button here. Is good enough. So we'll hit the switch. Then we'll go hit the B button, and then we'll get on the elevator. There we go. Okay. So that's the introduction of the nearest code, which is like a very specialized variable that we can use. Who are you and what do you have to say? What's the hap, Starlian? I got snacks in here if you need them. There's just a few of us in the Red Giant room now, and the system's going nutso. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's take a quick look around. I do not see any dies hidden, so we'll just focus on the puzzle. Obviously, we need to hit all 4 of these buttons to ride the elevator up. We can't interact with anything, so the question becomes... Yeah. So the question becomes, which counts as nearest? Like, these two are nearest to here, and you're nearest to there, but it feels like you're nearest to here, so the naive approach won't work. Let's check. Oh, and there's 2 different types. Okay. We got 10 lines of code. So, D1 equals nearest position. Alright. Let's do D2 equals nearest button. Pick up at D1 and drop at... Well, pick up at D1. Then... D2 is the nearest button. Drop at D... Or, sorry, D3. This should be D3. There we go. Drop at D2, and then go to D3. Now, why doesn't that work? Okay, so it works for those two. Let's reset and figure out what went wrong. So D1 is the nearest. Ah, so there's their nearest button. That's the problem. Okay. So then if you're holding a gel, drop at D2 and go to D3. If you're holding a crate, drop at D3 and go to D2, right? There we go. Very nice. That's why we got 10 lines for this one. Okie doke. Next up, let's take a look over here. All right. I do not see any cosmic dyes lying around, so let's take a look at the puzzle. So what are we doing here? We need this box, or this crate pad to be filled with a crate in order to power this and get us across, right? If we could interrupt this, looks like this would raise up, allowing us to put the thing down. And if we turn this one on, this will drop down. So we need these guys to basically be rotating and pausing a little bit. We're going to need 1 down, 2 up, 3 down, 4 up. We're going to need at least 4 rotations here. So we're going to need some sort of a loop. Just not quite sure what the trigger is going to be for them to wait. Let's take a look. All right, so we've got the concept of the nearest target, I think. What I don't know is what to wait for, because we can't interrupt the beam. This one, I'm not sure of. So interestingly, it feels like the nearest target for you would be this, which you cannot hit. Let me check. Let me see how this works. So let's set D1 equal to the nearest target. If you're lasering, oh, you can't put D1 in here. Interesting. If you're lasering a target, no, that doesn't work. Let's see. What would you... I guess you can wait for D1. That's one thing you can do. How do we get you to turn? Yeah, I'm not sure about this one right off the bat. Like, what would you wait for? Oh, they alternate. That's what it is. I need them to alternate. So you wait while he's turning, and then you wait while he's turning, I think. So, yeah. But I need if powered for that. Because this would be your nearest, and then you could wait for it. So D1 equals nearest target. If you're not lasering a target, then turn. I guess counterclockwise. And then if you are lasering the target, wait for D1. There we go. And then jump back up top. Oh, wait a minute. I've only got 5 lines. So what happens if I move this up? Okay, they're both waiting for D1. So they're waiting for one of these to activate, and I don't think there's a way for me to do that. Which is rough. So this isn't right. What do we want to... I need all 3 of these to be inside the jump, but I'm not sure the order. I guess we can do... It feels like we need to, like, turn if we're not lasering so that we can do a full turn until we are lasering. But then what do I wait for here? No, yeah, it has to be waiting for D1. So what is the order to do this in? So if you're not lasering, turn. And I need you to turn like twice. Excuse me. I need you to turn twice, so I need this jump to execute. But then I need you to wait. So you're waiting for this to happen, and you're waiting for this to happen. Is there now? I can't interrupt anything myself. How do I do this? How do I only have 5 lines? I need you to turn twice, and I need you to wait for that. But the problem is, we can't trigger things. We can't start the chain reaction with this. So maybe 2 jumps? Maybe we don't even need this. No, we need this to be a variable because it has to be their nearest thing. Like we can only wait for one of these if we wait for it directly. We can't wait for a generic target. So it has to be, we have to use the nearest thing. Oh, I don't think we need the if statement. Maybe we just do 2 turns? Turn clockwise, wait for D1. No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, I can't do that either. What, how do we start this? We only wait if we're lasering, that's what it is. Okay, hold on. So, if we're lasering a target, then we turn. No, if we're lasering a target, then we wait for D1. Otherwise, we turn. Yeah, that's it. So you're gonna wait, you're not gonna wait. This loop's gonna keep going, and you're gonna keep turning until you're lasering a target, and then you wait for D1. And the other one, which was waiting, now begins turning, is no longer lasering a target. Yes, this is the solution. Okay, there we go. There we go. Took me a minute, but I got there in the end, which has been my mantra for this entire game. There we go. Yeah, that's the second time that mechanic of putting a wait block inside an if statement has come up. It's somehow counterintuitive to me. It's not something I think about routinely, and so it takes me a second to get there when that's the trick. Okay, another interesting puzzle here. I don't see any dies, so let's figure out the puzzle itself. Looks like we need to get a block here, and that's about it. If we can do that... No. I need to get jumped, actually, it looks like. And we need to have a block here, and then I climb up here. Interesting. So, we kind of need them to... It looks like we need them to kind of hop it back and forth. Somehow. Because we've only got the 1 block, and it needs to be here for me to cross this and climb up the ladder. But then it needs to be here for me to cross over this. And we're going to need to get jumped across here. So interesting stuff. let's take a look at, what do we have by the way of lines of code? We got 11 lines. All right, so let's think about this. We're gonna need to loop them. So basically, you're gonna go pick up here. If you're holding a crate, you're gonna put it on the button. Okay. All right, so we're gonna need two variables here. So D1 is your nearest crate pad and D2 is your nearest button, right? So after that assignment, now we're gonna go into the loop. We're gonna pick up at D1. If you're holding, okay, hold on. So if your crate is powered, if your D1 is on, then you're gonna pick up at D1 and drop at D2. If your button is powered, if your D2 is powered, now won't they fight over this? I'm not sure, but I'm not sure this is right, but we don't have an if holding. We could do a wait here. Okay, so the block is here, it's on. So this guy will pick this up and drop it there. Then we're gonna wait for the next time a block arrives so that it's on its way back. So now we wait for, I don't know if this is in here or not. I think it is. Only if you picked it up, you wait for your nearest button, which is D2, right? So now we repeat this. If D2 is on, pick up at D2, drop at D1, and wait for D1. And then we loop this. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So we're gonna run this. We're gonna plop this in here, go stand on the pad. We have to do that to trigger the return journey. Nice, that's so cool. That's a fun one. Okay, cool. All right, is there one more? Nope, that's everything. All right, let's crack open this door. So what are we talking about? What did we do? We did 5 plus 4. We did 9 puzzles and Lumina pits. That puts us at 120, which does mean we have a new content available at Cosmato's lab. But so 9, maybe another 9 here, and then like, I don't know, 7 in here or something to give us 135 or maybe 140 total. Anyway, we're done with the nearest concept, so now we're into spawn in the Cosmic Cradle, which might be a new mechanic here. Let's see if we can, let's see what spawn is about. Oh, look at this. This can spawn 3 grabber bots, it looks like. Interesting. So 2 of them are gonna die. The third one will complete its task and bring me across the oil spill. I think that's it, right? Spawner bot.
This bot can create new bots. Use the spawn block to tell it when to create a new one. Make sure to keep the pad clear or else your bot will break.
Got it. Okay, so you're gonna spawn and then wait for C and then jump back to the top. As for you guys, as soon as you exist, you're gonna pick up at B, you're gonna drop at C, then you're gonna pick up at A and drop at C. No, drop at B. Goodbye. Sorry. I feel bad for you, but goodbye. Take me to victory. I will dance to the dance of my people. Okay, spawn bot. Really interesting. Very cool. Introduces the mechanic of like, it's almost like threading. Spawning code a bot to create more bots. It's different from parallelism. It's more like you create a thread to complete a task, and then when that task is complete, you dispose of it, right? And then we have different states that change the way each thread or bot behaves. Pretty cool. All right, so what are we doing here? We need to spawn a bot to... Huh. This one I'm not sure of. I guess the code would be... set your nearest button and pad, then walk to the button, then walk to the pad, and then wait for something and loop? That seems like the most... how many lines of code do we have here? 6? So, as soon as you exist... D1's your nearest button, D2 is your nearest air bump. Go to your D1, then go to your D2. Wait for your D1, and then repeat everything. Now, when D1 is hit, we go back to the top and set the nearest button. I'm afraid that that's still going to be here, as opposed to here, but maybe they kind of go up in the air a little bit closer to this one. I mean, we'll have to try it. As for you, you're gonna wait for the B button and then spawn a bot and loop. Let's see how this works. It does work. Okay. All right. I'm not sure exactly the instant execution happens after the wait for button, but it seems like that worked the way I intended, so that's fine. Let's go do another button here with this, or another puzzle here with the spawner. Okay, interesting, interesting. We need blocks in all 3 of these baskets in order to cross the bridge here. We only have 1 bot. Oh, they're going to operate in parallel. Interesting. So... okay. So the problem is, if we do them both in parallel, they'll come here. One of them will get stuck. Because you'll come here, and then you'll be there, and the other walker can't get past you. So we need a differentiation thing. We can move this block here. Yeah, that's probably the solution. All right, so the code for the bots is simple. Your D1 is your nearest position. So pick up at D1 and... oh, I need another nearest. D2 is your nearest crate pad. Pick up at D1, drop at D2, and then... then he's still stuck here. No, I need him to... huh. This... how do I get rid of the bot once it's done its work? So you're going to spawn here, pick up your nearest crate. Ah, okay. And we're just going to have you drop it at B. As for you, your nearest... D1 is your nearest crate pad. You're going to wait for D1 and then spawn. Okay. So what I can do here is I can control which one spawns by which one, which of these I place. Right? So you're going to do that. But then how do I get rid of you? I just have you go back to your... I have you go to a position, right? Because I do need to get rid of you. So go to E. That should be fine. Okay. Let's do that one more time. I think we have the solution. So I place this here. So you're going to place a block and then you're going to suicide, right? Okay. And you're going to do the same. Oh. Sorry. I forgot about that part of it. There we go. Yeah, really cool, interesting new mechanics, this episode between between nearest and spawn. It's pretty interesting new challenges. Hello, Merope. Merope. I'm not sure what culture that name would be from. I guess I'll just read it in my normal voice. Who says plants and balls of hot glowing gas can't coexist? No one. No one says that. I mean, I think scientists in my reality might, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's take a look here at the... Yeah, I guess this is the last puzzle in Cosmic Cradle here. So we need this button to be hit so that we can cross over and go there. We have 3 spawners, it looks like. So what are we doing here? We need the same code for these guys. Yikes. This one I'm not sure right off the bat. Let me see what's available to me. Oof. All right. Huh. Only have 2 lines here. So we can't wait as our first action because there's literally nothing we, like Miha, can do to trigger an event. So it's got to be a go-to. We don't have nearest, we just have go-to and wait for. What can I wait for? This is weird. We don't have a jump button. All right, I think we go to A, we go to B, we go to D, we wait for B, and then we go to C. And I think it doesn't matter if the second 2 die. The only thing that matters is if this succeeds. If one of them gets over to hit the C button for me. What if you just... Now, if we wait for A, that's going to be too long. Feels like I just spawn. Maybe? No. Block a spawner with an object. Reset. Okay. So... Wait for A, I guess, and then jump to line. I don't think this will work. I don't think the timing works out. Hold on. Something unexpected happened there. So, in the code, I think we need to wait for B twice. Or no, wait. Go to B, then go to A, then go to B. Then wait for A. Then go to D. Wait for B, go to C. Yeah, I think that's it. So you're gonna wait for your buddy, then you're gonna go there and wait for that. Now you go there. Excellent. Okay, cool. That one's a little hinky. Because you gotta figure out if all 3 of them are doing the same thing, how do I get one of them through? I don't care about the other 2, but I do need to get one of them through. Okay, let's see what's up next. Onslow has a message for us. Come in, Miha. Hello, it's your friend Onslow.
No time for jokes, Onslow. We're all here, Miha, with an update. Starlian engineers are safely re-entering the ship. Soon they'll be hard at work resetting all rogue-bot systems. There may be a few stubborn little buggers out there, but we're working on it. In other, less favorable developments, our current star formation is stuck at the starport. If the starport doesn't activate, we're going to see a supernova. I don't think you see a supernova when you're inside of a supernova, Hosh. You're not wrong.
A supernova is a stellar explosion. It's the largest explosion that can take place in space.
Thanks for clarifying, Onslow. No pressure.
Well, technically speaking, collapsing pressure. You see, it's all about balance. We've got gravity pushing in, heat and pressure pushing out, and when a star runs out of nuclear fuel...
Look at the bright side, Miha. It's all bright now, Hosh. Star's about to explode. Big breaths, E3. We must be brief. Get to the core. Now you're almost there.
All right. So we did the 4 spawn puzzles in Cosmic Cradle. The star is about to go supernova, so we have some time pressure here. We're in the Burst Vista, where there are 3 or 4 or 5 more star puzzles involving the spawn concept, I think. But those are going to have to wait for next time, because we've reached the end of the episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this playthrough and my programming prowess as I solve these puzzles. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.